make strong men. When we see crap like this, you got to do something, man.
Don't fool yourself. We still in slavery.
We being hanged, we being killed, and they love doing it.
All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Most High in Christ bless you all. We're getting ready to get right into it. Actually, like last week, we dealt with the what was the name of it? What was the last week's title? Could put it up there just real quick. Now, I'm gonna be easy on everybody because I'm just I didn't really arrange anything to go in any particular order. But we have to continue with this series. So I just want to make a mention that last week we dealt with tyranny brings trauma and unity brings healing. And we were dealing with a lot of things that poured into the bowl of trauma, and how we become the way we are, the way we respond to trauma, the way we respond to incidents, the way we respond to our own liberation. A lot of bad responses, a lot of negative type of responses come out of us when it comes to us doing something for ourselves, and it has a lot to do with the abuse that we've suffered ever since we've been in this country. So I was making a point last week that tyranny brings trauma. And the tyranny is the way this government has dealt with us, the way our oppressors have been dealing with us, and the absolute abuse and mistreatment and just outright hatred. And it has forced us to learn. It has forced us to live in trauma, and we justify trauma. We actually live where we have to make sense out of trauma. We have to make trauma normal. And that has really warped our sense of reality and where we're supposed to be. So that's what I was dealing with on the first episode, which was last week, okay? And ultimately, we want to bring it down to a point where we're talking about the antidote to that is the unity in the commandments, keeping the commandments in Christ. That's what's going to bring the healing. And we have to start with that. Now, there's many things that we can add on in terms of helping the cause and helping the healing of the commandments, because once we get the commandments, then what do? Right. Now we got to act on them. And once we begin to practice and keep the laws that God gave us, that the Most High gave us, in the faith of Jesus the Christ, that's just the foundation. That's just the foundation of things. So once we get to understanding of that, then we can build on top of that. Then we can build families, and we can build communities. We can build our institutions. We can build all of the things that we need. And the reason why you have to start with Christ as the basis, because if we don't do that, it's going to fail. All of the other organizations, the Panthers, Martin Luther King, the Young Lords, every organization that you can think of, Muslims, all of them will ultimately fail if they have not failed already, because the basis of those organizations have to be the keeping of God's commandments in the faith of Jesus Christ as the Israelites. Right. That's the main point. Right. As the Israelites. That's the key to solving this whole mess. And once we begin to do that, then we can pull ourselves out of this trauma that we're in. And that's the reason why. Last week one of my first scriptures was in Judith, chapter 5. We're not going to read it today. You go back and look at it in the first part, because we got more things that we want to bring out. So that's what we're dealing with. That's what we were dealing with last week. So now show today's title. Excuse me. So today's title, or tonight's title, is Breaking the Bond of Trauma through the Application of Unity. So it's similar to what we, brothers, come on, let's not mess me up, okay? Here we go again. I'm trying to get my thoughts straight. Breaking the bond of trauma through the application of unity. So that's where we want to come to, but we have to understand trauma. In order to break a bond of trauma, you have to address the trauma. And that's what we want to deal with in this episode here. So this is going to be somewhat of a lengthy series, yeah, because we got to go into many elements. And the reason why I say that is because you can't talk about the trauma in 15 minutes of what we went through.
No, sir. No.
I mean, we have centuries of trauma that we have to address. We have to acknowledge it. We have to face it. Have to understand what it's done to us, meaning the acts that were perpetrated against us. We have to be able to look those things square in the eye and deal with them and recognize what the causes of them are. Then apply the antidote, which are the commandments, and that's the beginning of coming out of it. But we have to first acknowledge it first, which is something that we don't do. Churches don't do it. Schools don't do it. All these institutions, they do not address the gaping hole that's in our people. Can you imagine that? You go into church. The reason why our people are so religious, I'm talking about in terms of church and all, because they're looking for something to make them happy. Right. I'm not crazy. I know that's what it is. And they go in there, the same reason why we drink, the same reason why we take dope, because we're looking for an escapism, because we are literally living in hell. And the person that's in the church is supposed to recognize that when the people come in. And if they're not doing it, then they're no better than the bottle that you're drinking, the bottle of alcohol that you're drinking, the dope that you're smoking, and the heroin and the cocaine that you're injecting in your body. You're no different from that, because the only thing you're doing is just killing the pain, but you're not addressing the problem that caused the pain. You're not even bringing the people to the reality that they're even sick. Okay? So we have to be willing to go into the depths of that thing. Okay? So let me introduce the panel and let's get it rolling. Bishop Yawasab, as many of you know. Come on.
Shalom, Israel, Most High Christ bless. Captain Ashon.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, Most High Christ bless. Officer Eli.
Shalom, Israel, Most High Christ bless. Officer Theniel.
And Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless, Officer Liam.
All right. Hey, how does sounds good? Okay. Right. Almost had me into a trauma thing when I hear the way brothers be reading.
Right.
I heard. I'm gonna lean back. I said, right. Wait a minute now. We're not bringing that spirit up in here. Yeah. We're not doing that.
Make sure I pick my eyes up.
Said we're not doing that.
We was about to trauma
so, yeah, man.
Speak up. Also. Speaking the mic also. Okay. Speaking the mic.
Let's
try that again.
That's an inside joke, brothers and sisters. I know you wish you understood it, but I can't put it out there like that. Not yet. Not yet. Anyway. Brothers and sisters, we're gonna get right into it. I will say this. First of all, there was, and this is off the cuff, I'm gonna throw this out, but I want to give a shout out to Bishop Nathaniel. I saw an interview that he did today. Do we have the thumbnail? Could we just put that up there real quick? The thumbnail to the interview that he did on, what is it, 3 Mil? What's the name of the brother that have the just go on All Hands, because I posted it on All Hands for everybody on the planet Earth to see it. So just look for that and put that up there. Just bear with me, brothers and sisters. I just want to just get these things out real quick. Lord Jesus. Y'all have not found it yet?
Read that real quick.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, never mind. He got it.
I don't need the video to play. I just want the thumbnail, brothers. Lord, come on, read it.
It's 3 Milli Productions, Bishop. That's the name of the program.
Israel United in Christ. We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a non-violent Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus chapter 5:1, King James Version.
All praise to the Most High. And again, every time we read this, I get the sickening feeling of why do we have to read this? We're the victims of racism, the victims of hate, the victims of all kinds of violence, all psychological violence, even physical violence. People have literally attacked the brothers, you know. And here we have to say that we're not a hate group for simply speaking out against the injustices that happens to us. So we're definitely in Babylon the Great, and we're in a system that really just wants to keep us as slaves. And if a slave speaks out against his oppressor, or if he attempts to remove the noose that's about to hang him, he's a terrorist. So we have to resort to reading such redundancy. Is just madness. But anyway, this is what I was talking about. This is the program that I was referring to. Show that on the screen. So this is what I meant, and I said I want to give a shout out to Bishop Nathaniel. I watched the interview today. It was absolutely excellent, very informative, and it really got a lot of points out that need to be told to the audience, because there's been a lot of lies spread about the Israelites, been a lot of lies spread about why we do what we do, blitzes and so forth, you know, and even in how we respond to the attacks that we come under. Very, very good interview. Brothers and sisters, make sure you check it out. Bishop Nathaniel returns. Drewski skit breakdown. Okay, and the name of the what's the channel that they can see it on? What's the name? What'd you say?
It's 3 Mill Productions.
Thank you. Just bring it out. 3 Mill Productions. So brothers and sisters, check it out. So all right. So what I want to again bring out, we deal with our people like I was talking about, the bond of trauma. We have to address that. Go to the thumbnail again, and we're gonna get right into it. So we have to break the bond of trauma. That's what we have to do. We have to break the bond of trauma. But before we can break the bond of trauma, we have to understand where it comes from. We have to understand the genesis and the roots of it. So that's what we want to do. Okay? That's what we're going to do in this episode. Brothers, take it for a second, because there was a couple of things I meant to send the brothers.
They got the one that's moving? Yeah. Let that one play.
Y'all bring out.
When you start from, let's say, 1999 all the way up, 99% of them, I think.
Yeah, make sure the background from the other video is not playing.
Hey, real quick, get Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 12. Because what Bishop going into is our people have been so traumatized. We've been so afflicted here in America and across the whole world. You know, all the places our people were scattered. And you know what you got to think of, y'all? You know, when your mom got to tell you things that you got to do as growing up. Like, for example, you get your license and all of that. Hey, make sure that you put your license here. Make sure you always have it on deck. If you get pulled over, make sure you have your hands here. The other nations don't got to go through that.
No.
But guess what we do? Because of the trauma, they know what can potentially happen to these people that hate our guts here in America. So right there, that's a form of trauma right there. So read that.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel,
Uh-huh.
because ye despise this word
Uh-huh.
and trust in oppression.
Do you see that? Because you despise this word. Every time we out there, we bringing out, hey, you the greatest people on earth. You above all nations. Hey, something always happen, whether it's a stone thrown at us, whether it's water, something thrown at us. And we telling you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, so-called. That's why I was stumbling. I want to say so-called. But the Israelites, every time we say that, it's always a problem. Read it again.
Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word.
Because you despise his word,
and
because you despise that Christ is black. You don't want to hear that. All of this goes back to being traumatized. Nah, he can't look like us. Why? Because our forefathers and foremothers been raped, robbed, they've been pillaged. All these things have happened to us. Come on.
And trust in oppression.
Now it's to the point where you trust in it. You think that the one that afflicted you and has you in captivity, now you trusting in his system because you don't want to feel his wrath. That's trauma right there. Come on.
And perverseness.
Uh-huh.
And stay thereon.
And now you stay thereon. You celebrate his high holy days or his customs. You celebrate Christmas. You celebrate. How many? I wish I could ask people right now in the world, how many of them about to celebrate Thanksgiving, knowing that's the genocide of our brothers.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
You know what I mean? You was about to say something else?
No.
Okay. How many times? Read that again.
Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon.
And you know what that go into as well? What's the word? Cognitive dissonance.
Cognitive dissonance.
Yeah. So when you've been brought up on something for so long, generations and generations, Christ is white, and you can't find that nowhere in the Bible. You can't, no Bible for that matter, like Bishop Yawasop say all the time. You can't find that in no Bible. But when we go out there and we read Revelation chapter 1 verse 14, you come up against it. That's cognitive dissonance. That's what our people suffer from. And guess what? It goes back to trauma. So with this word of God, which comes with get that in Psalms. Psalms chapter 107 and verse 20. This is why we bring out the Bible. This is why we speak to our people with the Bible. Because our Bible comes with healing. We need to be healed from this trauma. Go ahead. Psalms 107 and 20, right?
Psalms 107 verse 20.
Come on.
He sent his word and healed them.
He sent his word. He sent the prophets, okay, to speak the word unto you, letting you know that you are the Israelites, letting you know that you're the greatest people on earth, letting you know that the Jews are black, letting you know that Christ is black, letting you know that your God is black, and you have a heritage that he have given you and haven't given to anyone else, but you refuse to accept it because you trust in oppression, you trust in perverseness, and you are scared of your daddy. I hate the fact that I have to say it like that, but that is what it is. You are terrified of your daddy because of the past of what he has done. And I know I mentioned the past, but guess what? They still doing it to us to this very day. Just look at ICE. Our people don't see our people, the Northern Kingdom, so-called Hispanics, they out there getting traumatized. You see these videos that's going on in North Carolina, and right here in Charlotte. Okay, babies getting pulled out of the school systems, getting arrested. Dads getting arrested right in front of the kids' face. This is all goes back to being traumatized. Read it again. What I got you over?
He sent his word and healed them and delivered them from their destructions.
So guess what? This word is going to heal you. Learning that you are an Israelite, learning that you are a part of the 12 tribes, learning that Christ is black and you look like him and he looked like his father. This will heal you. Guess what? The Bible also has the solutions to our problems, the solutions to this trauma. That's why we must break these chains, brothers and sisters.
That's right. That's exactly right. Hey, let's go right into it. The video, this was Officer Asa, correct?
Yes,
he was speaking in where? He was in Greensboro?
No, Greensboro. You're right.
He was in Greensboro?
He was
okay.
in Greensboro.
Play that video. And when I go to the comments, I want you to look for the comments that I put 2 comments up in response to what I saw on this video. Come on with it.
This was terrible.
The Lord is against you. You are bringing division.
We're teaching God's commandments.
You're bringing division.
What hate is telling people not to kill, not to steal? What hate is teaching people to love your neighbor as yourself?
You're not loving your neighbor. This man has not had a chance to speak yet.
We're teaching the commandments of God.
I ain't had a chance to speak yet.
Play it one more time, because I want y'all to be good and saturated with this thing. Hit it one more time.
So the Lord is against you. You are bringing division.
We're teaching God's commandments.
You're bringing division.
What hate is telling people not to kill, not to steal? What hate is teaching people to love your neighbor as yourself?
You're not loving your neighbor. This man has not had a chance to speak yet.
We're teaching the commandments of God.
I ain't had a chance to speak yet.
All right. Okay.
That was nasty.
That's horrible work.
Yeah.
But
Horrible work.
That's horrible work. That's horrible work. But that mentality comes from somewhere. Now let's go right to the comments. Look right to the comments. Find my comment, Bishop Yawasop. That's me. I just couldn't resist.
Did you send a screenshot?
Right there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. No. There was one before that. I was come on, roll the other way. It might be under it. That's it. Let's get it all in there. Come on, Liam, help me out.
Bishop Yawasop, what kind of father did this sister have in her upbringing? And a deeper question is, what kind of husband does she have today? I ask that question because when I see our women act like this, I wonder if they are this vocal when they sit in the so-called Christian churches and never seriously address the black trauma that is in all black people. Where is that matriarchal pit bull spirit when it comes to defending black people's interests? The answer is buried under white Jesus.
Wow. There you go, right there. Wow. Now, before I read, y'all want to say something?
Matriarchal pit bull.
Yeah. Oh, that you want to speak on that?
I like that.
Yeah. Let's look up the word matriarchal because maybe let's look that word up. I put matriarchal in there for a reason. Let's look that up. Matriarchal. It's the opposite of patriarchal.
That's not a Negro word, like Bishop said. That's
Not a regular.
Like when you look up the word patriot, the root of it is father.
right.
Like a
Padre.
patriot.
Padre. Like
So yes. So what is matriarchal?
matriarchal, relating to or denoting a form of social organization in which a woman is the head.
Meaning there's no, that's the reason why I asked the question about is that where is her father when she was growing up?
Right.
Because there's supposed to be a particular fear and respect for a woman to just be so loose to just speak against black men or just to speak against men, period.
Right.
The only man that she has respect for is the man who comes from a people that has got her out here looking half naked. You understand? And that didn't even cross her mind.
Yep.
And I'm not just trying to down the sister because she could repent too.
Right.
So I'm just saying it. She's not even cognizant of how sick she looks. She don't look like a mother. She doesn't look like she came from a family that taught her how to be a woman. She's just a grown up child.
Yeah.
That's what she reminds me of. That's horrible. Read the rest of that thing, man. That's nasty work.
That's right.
Come on.
Denoting an older woman who is powerful within a family.
Denoting to or you said an older woman. Read it again.
I said it right. Denoting,
Oh, you're at the bottom. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I was saying read the
Wait,
whole
with the
thing.
yes, sir. Relating to or denoting a form of social organization in which a woman is the head.
So that's what I remember Bishop was talking about how, because we all seen this. Most of us, we know about this. When the police goes to the household,
That's right.
they look for Big Mama.
That's right.
They say she's the one that's running the house. That's matriarchal, for an example. They don't even respect the man, period. You want to know what's happening in the house? Go to the woman. Our enemies set that reality up.
Yep.
Yep.
That is not in the Bible. Give me that in Corinthians. Give me that in Corinthians. This is the way it's supposed to be. So she is under the influence of white Jesus, so she is proud, stubborn, all that. Clamorous, all that thing. I don't know who her father could have been, and I have no idea what kind of husband she has, because I can't imagine that. Who knows?
Who knows?
Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man.
The woman here's the brother teaching on the microphone about the commandments, and she's acting like she got the speaker. That's letting you know we are in a serious mess. Our women are completely gone. The ones that have not repented yet. A lot of them going to burn up and die. They got to go if they don't repent. Because that kind of attitude, the Most High ain't dealing with it. Read it again.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is the man. That's the order that the Most High set up. And so in her mind, the only man that's over her is Esau.
Right.
We're speaking and she ain't paying attention to none of that, and she thinks she's in the Bible. That's how messed up our people are. But I'm going to deal with that trauma thing. Read.
And the head of Christ is God.
Now let's come back to what we was looking at earlier.
The comments.
No, the thing, the denoting.
Denoting, this is the matriarchal definition, denoting an older woman who is powerful within a family or organization.
This is what they do in church. Come on, what you going to bring out?
Bishop, we got to go to Numbers.
Yeah.
Because
There you go.
it happened in the Old
Bring
Testament.
it on out. Bring it on out.
And one of the things that happened was because Miriam was older.
Yes.
And Miriam tried the same ish in the Old Testament, and the Lord had to do something to Miriam, and he reminded Miriam
if her father
didn't, meaning there was a man that was supposed to check her back then.
Exactly.
Read the first part of verse 12, verse 1, and then we're going to jump down.
Yes, sir. Numbers 12 and 1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses.
Why is it saying Miriam first? Because she put that matriarchal role in there.
She led the conversation.
And she led it. She went to Aaron with it. Right? Jump down. So now, she led the conversation, and then the Lord had to come down and deal with her in regards to that.
Verse 10.
Yes, sir.
And verse 10. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle. And behold, Miriam became leprous.
Judgment.
White as snow.
The Lord brought judgment against her right away. He didn't play no games. So when we sitting over there and we bringing out these things, as Bishop said, there's a lot of trauma involved with not just our sisters, but our community. But this is an example in the Old Testament where the woman tried to rise up in that matriarchal role, and the Lord said, no. You got this all wrong. Jump down.
Verse 14. And the Lord said unto Moses.
So the Lord had to tell Moses why, because the man had to step in, right? The leader had to step in and pray to the Lord to heal her. Go ahead.
If her father had but spit in her face.
That's letting. Go ahead, Bishop.
Yeah, start at verse 7.
Verse 7. Numbers 12 and 7. My servant Moses is not
Read
so.
verse 6. I'm
yes,
sorry.
sir. Verse 6. Yes, sir. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so.
So the Lord is making a distinction between Moses and everybody else. He's saying that Moses is more special. I'll deal with him directly. Read that again.
My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?
You see that? Wow. So when the brothers was out there teaching, give me Ecclesiastes 5. Right. Ecclesiastes 5. This is what I'm bringing out now. Ecclesiastes chapter 5.
Ecclesiastes
5 and 1.
5 and 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest into the house of God, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools.
That's what that woman just did. She opened her mouth, and there's a judgment for her doing that. I'm making it plain. You're going to pay for that. In your ignorance, you're going to pay for that. Read that again.
Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house.
Shut the hell up. That's what it means. Keep your foot means shut the hell up. Right. This is coming off of what the Lord told Moses when he came up on the mountain. He said, take your shoes off, Moses, when you come and you speak before me, when he came up on Mount Sinai. Right. The reason why the Lord told him to take his shoes off, because it's customary when you walk into somebody's house, take your shoes off. Why? Because you've been walking in that garbage in the street and all that, and I don't want you bringing that up here in my house.
Right.
That's where that custom comes from. Yep. So the same thing comes in the case here. When you got the prophets of God speaking, you don't bring what you learned in Babylon and open your mouth up. You're going to pay for that. That's the point. Read it.
Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God.
Meaning shut up, because I'm dealing with my servants now. Go ahead.
And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools.
To give the sacrifice of a fool. You know what a foolish sacrifice is? It's a sacrifice that you make that's not going to profit you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's the sacrifice here? Her own self.
Right.
Because what her trying to speak up in defense of what the Most High is not even dealing with, she's going to pay for that. In her ignorance, she's going to pay for that. He'll have mercy on her to a degree. But hopefully she'll get it before the Most High send the angels to jack her up.
Dang.
Read.
For they consider not.
That's what the sister didn't recognize. She did not consider what?
Not that they do evil.
You recognize you did not consider that you do evil. Read.
Be not rash with thy mouth.
Be not rash with your big black gums. Running your mouth thinking that we are just mere men. When you're trying to defend a spawn of Satan. You're going to pay for that. Go ahead.
Be not rash with thy mouth.
Be not rash, so quick with your mouth. You blah, 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 blah. And looking for views. Or, I mean, what I'm saying, looking for people to look over. Because she ain't getting no views. Well, views, from what I hear, a lot of people checking out the video. But my point is, they do it for attention. Or do it for some kind of favor for this person that don't even know her. You understand?
To appease master.
To appease master. That's what I'm getting
Because
at.
he said, I didn't even get to speak yet.
My pit bull took over for me. That's what it said.
And that was
my pit bull took over for me. Go ahead.
And that was the biggest problem.
Yeah.
It's not that the problem that she had was that he wanted to speak.
Yeah.
It was because when we out there teaching, we out there to teach the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which she is. But when we didn't recognize her master, she was like, hey, wait a minute. You got to speak to him.
Yeah.
You got to.
That's that matriarchal pit bull spirit.
That's the thing.
Because she had no father. I don't know the sister.
Yep.
And if he had a father, damn it, he was weak as hell.
That's right.
And if she's got a husband, he's weak as hell. Because ain't no way in the hell your woman's supposed to get up here talking like this here in the front of men. Shut the hell up. That's crazy. That's crazy, nasty work, boy. That's wild.
That's right.
That is wild. I couldn't believe it.
Terrible.
I couldn't believe it. And I feel bad for the sister. To be honest, I feel bad for the sister. But I gotta use this to edify the brothers and sisters out there. So there you go.
And Bishop, the thing about it is because y'all might hear we talking like this, and it's not because we don't love our sisters. It's not because we don't love our sisters, right? Jump down to verse 6.
Ecclesiastes 5 and 6. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin.
This is why we tell you just be quiet when you're dealing with the prophets. It's no other reason. Suffer your mouth not to cause your flesh to sin. Read on.
Neither say thou before the angel that it was an error.
Oh, it was my fault. I made a mistake. Go ahead.
Wherefore should God be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thine hands?
The thing that we're coming up against, and I believe Bishop's going to go into it, is the fact that the trauma that's going on is that Esau has done such a work on our community, particularly our sisters, that we're trying to take the white man out their head and put the Bible in there.
Yep.
And it's going to be a battle.
Yeah,
it's the war.
Can I
You
get one?
know what pissed me real quick? You know what pissed me off the most is that even the officers said it. What is the problem with us talking? Is murder not prevalent in our communities? Selling drugs not prevalent in our communities? Prostitution. This is the things that you're talking about, and you worried about that the prophets didn't speak to this damn devil. That's what you work. That's your biggest problem, right there.
He wasn't acknowledged.
He wasn't a damn that. Hey, get Matthew chapter 15. Let's see.
There you go, right there.
Yeah, let's see what Christ
was
did.
She would have opened her mouth against Christ.
Right.
A so-called Christian woman.
Right.
With a daggone skimpy dress on.
all
damn
the
panty lines showing for crying out
Right.
loud. This don't make no damn sense in you outside.
all these problems that's in our community, and the prophets is bringing it out with the Bible, with the healing, with the solutions, and you worried about your master not being talked to? You feel some type of way. You the type when the master walk inside the job area, you stop talking and put your head down. That's what you would do. Come on, read that. Matthew 15, verse 21 real quick.
Matthew 15, 21. Then Jesus went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Zidon.
Come on.
And behold, the woman of Canaan came out of the same coast.
The woman of another nation outside the children of Israel, come on.
And cried unto him, saying,
The him is Jesus, cried unto Jesus, saying what?
Have mercy on me, O Lord.
Have mercy on me. Come on.
Thou son of David.
Come on.
My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil.
That son of David is Jesus Christ.
Right.
Let's make sure we get it in case somebody act like they don't know who he is. That's Jesus Christ,
Right.
and he's black.
And what did Christ do? Come on.
But he answered her not a word.
That's the point right there. He did what?
He answered her not a word.
And that's what that black woman out there worried about. We talking about the problems that's prevalent in our communities right now.
So she would have told Jesus what she told us.
She would have been yelling at Jesus, you didn't speak to
And
him.
that's exactly what a lot of them are doing in their churches. They're speaking against Christ and don't even know it.
So Christ answered her not a word.
Hey,
That's
right.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, Bishop. Go ahead.
he ignored her. And this black woman that's on the screen, she would have been mad. Go back to Ecclesiastes. I didn't finish. I had to look because there's more in there. That second verse. Ecclesiastes 5:2.
Ecclesiastes 5:2. Be not rash with thy mouth.
That's what the woman did. And she would have been rash against Jesus Christ. We look more like Jesus than the man that she's trying to defend.
Damn.
So how come she would have definitely cut Christ off.
That's right.
And Bishop, to your point, Jesus did not only just do it to her, he did it to the man of, go to John, he did it to the man of another nation. Christ did not pay attention. He did not answer you if he didn't need to answer you. Go to John 19 real quick. John chapter 19, start at verse 8.
John chapter 19 and verse 8. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he was the more afraid, and went again into the judgment hall, and saith unto Jesus, Whence art thou?
Where are you? Go ahead.
But Jesus gave him no answer.
Jesus didn't even answer him. He didn't say nothing to Pontius Pilate either.
He was a white boy. Pilate was a white boy.
What did Pilate tell him?
And went again into the judgment hall, and saith unto Jesus, Whence art thou? But Jesus gave him no answer. Then saith Pilate unto him, Speakest thou not unto me?
That's what they say when we be. You ain't gonna say nothing to me?
You ain't gonna acknowledge a white man?
There we go.
Go ahead.
Hey, listen, we know how sick our people are. I remember one time we was teaching on the island, New York, Times Square. This is the old school, and the brother was teaching, bringing out the scriptures and all that, and the black people that was in the audience was not listening.
Damn.
So we had the white boy there, Rocky Stone. We had him there. I got the tape.
That's right.
And he had to say, stop. Black people, I got a white man here now. Because we gave him the mic and let him read the Constitution. That's why we had him out there. He was reading the Constitution, showing that black people are not citizens.
Damn.
And we had to, because when we were bringing it out, they weren't listening. So we said, hey, black folks, wait. We got a white man now. You better listen. And all of a sudden they start listening. That's that sickness that we got.
Trauma.
Yeah, that's trauma.
And he said, and they acting like they didn't believe it. He said, well, hell, if they ain't believing it, they're living it, baby.
Wow.
That's some wild stuff. The white man said this. Wow. Hey, finish up in that. No. Where we at? You was
No. I think.
Let me get one.
Yeah,
Because we're going to go back to Numbers. Give me Numbers 27 and 16. Because what this woman doesn't know, and what Miriam didn't know, is that God always put a man over the congregation. So women, you need to just fall back and let us do our job, get this nation in order like we're supposed to.
and I ain't too many never know. Let us do our job. You ain't got to let.
Well,
we
you
gonna
know what I
let a
mean,
damn
Bishop.
thing.
We will
gonna do
do
it anyway.
We gonna do
it.
it.
We gonna do it.
Let us do our job.
Hey, I
the
said-
hell with that.
Right. I
Get
said
out.
right. I said all that. You
Let
don't
them do
run
our
a
job.
damn thing.
You don't let nobody do nothing.
Damn.
The hell is this?
You don't
You sound like you sweating.
Right.
Nah.
You don't
I say let
dictate
us do our
nothing.
job. I'm like, just
Heave sweat.
let
Lord have
the
mercy.
prophets
Sound like
do
he
what the
begging
prophets
about it.
do. No. Let the prophets do what they supposed to
Let
do.
me do
Read
my
that.
job, sis.
Number,
Read that.
We got to take the whole planet down in righteousness. You think a woman gonna get in the way of that?
Nah, Bishop.
No.
Y'all got me misconstrued. That ain't what
know.
I said. I
I'm
ain't
just
mean it
doing
like
that. No. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But I will say this here. I'll say this here. I know that there's some people out there that will go with that thought, so that's why we had to go in there.
I got you. Read that.
So come on.
Numbers 27:16. Let the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation.
That's what the Bible is talking about. Say a man. No, did it say a woman?
Set a man over the congregation.
That's what the Bible is talking about. Always the man. The men are the leaders of the nation.
This is what by you bringing that out. This is why I asked the question in my comment.
Yes, sir.
Where was this girl's father at? Because if she did not see her father rule in the house, that's the reason why. That's the reason why she's the way she's how she's acting up.
Yes.
And the only man she respects is the one that basically ruled her father. So that's the reason why they act that way. You understand? And these are things that, like I was saying in the opening, these are things that we have to really be willing to talk about.
Right.
This is the real situation. I know they'd be mad at me for bringing it out. Perhaps if the woman that's we're speaking about, she might get wind of this and whatever. Listen, sister, you need to get yourself together. You're not supposed to be outside looking like that. I know I made a comment about how she was dressed and all that. That's crazy. That is absolutely distasteful.
Yep.
The woman ain't supposed to be looking like that. That's just horrible. It's bad that you have to tell grown people how to dress. This is really, I'm seriously bothered by that.
Right.
That could be somebody's mother. You understand? And you out there looking like that. And you think you in good graces with God because you just left Satan's den, the Christian church.
Hey, Bishop, we were that video was filmed in Winston that day. We was over in Winston teaching. And Asa just shot me a message. I didn't remember, but he said, After that, she hugged him and walked off.
Damn.
She hugged him.
She hugged Esau and walked off.
And her and the white man hugged her too and touching all over her, all over. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. She's gonna pay for that. She's gonna pay for that. And let me say this here. She did that thinking that it bothers us.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna love who you hate, like we really hate people. Yeah. Like you act like that's hurting us. You're the only one that's gonna pay for that, sister. Just the mere fact that you thought that was gonna bother us. Just the mere fact you thought that was a bother to us. We're only bringing this out for the edification of everybody else.
That's right.
And hopefully you'll get the right message in terms of what we're bringing out about you. But there's no hatred for you, sister. You think you're bothering us by doing that. Lord Jesus. The black Jesus.
Right.
Where we at?
It's on you, bitch.
So now, finish up that Ecclesiastes 5:2. I need to get all that in.
Ecclesiastes 5:2. Be not rash with thy mouth.
This is what the sister did. The woman did. Go ahead.
And let not thine heart be hasty.
Her mind was hasty because she thought we were niggas.
That's right.
So that meant the way she dealt with us is the way she probably dealt with her own father.
Right.
He couldn't raise his voice enough. And don't get me wrong. Somebody might say, well, how do you know? Because I wasn't there. I don't know. I don't know who her father was. I don't know the conditions of if why he's not in the house or was he in the house. I don't know. So I'm purely speculating, if you will. I don't like to say things about people that's not true. You understand? But I'm looking at the character of the woman, and it causes me to deduce in my mind what kind of upbringing she might or did not have. So I'm saying it that way. Okay? I'm saying if she is so quick, just read that again. If she's so rash with her mouth and be hasty with her mind, she could not have seen a black figure in her house, in her upbringing, that demanded that whatever he said goes. There's no way. You don't come from that kind of upbringing and be that damn disrespectful to men that look like your father. And these are the things about the trauma, like I was saying, that we have to be willing to talk about. But I know surgery hurts, because this is surgery. People are not going to want to talk about things when, you know what, in that clip, the clip that when Officer Benjamin was dealing with the sisters up there, and the sister got to a point, one of the sisters, this is somebody totally different. She said, wow, that's you got me thinking. Remember? We're going to play the clip.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Because I'm saying this because there are things that are attached to our trauma that we don't want to release. We don't want to talk about it, and it's too painful. But if we're looking, first of all, we have to understand what happened to us. We have to be willing to talk about it, and yes, it's going to be painful. We have to do that in order to fix the problem. And if you don't think that there's a problem, just look around.
Right.
Just look at the sister that we just got through looking at. You can't tell me that that's not a problem. Look how out of order she is. The woman is supposed to have a particular dainty, quiet spirit. She's supposed to have a royal spirit, a spirit of meekness, a spirit of, you understand what I'm saying? Grace. Yep. Give me them attributes. Give me the at 2:11. This is how she's supposed to be. Lord have mercy. It's like I'm in daggone kindergarten. Got to start and teach the basics, but that's what we got to do. Timothy 2:11. Let the Titus. You know what I'm talking about? Titus. You know what I'm looking for, right? Titus. What's the one about the adorn?
Yeah. 1 Timothy 2:9. 1 Timothy 2:9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Put that picture back up there again. She gonna hug the man and think that bothers us. Just look at that. What's modest about that? She ain't modest at all. Nope. Damn. Matriarchal. You can't tell her. Black men can't tell her nothing. Read.
In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Modest apparel. Not showing your butt, your damn breasts all sticking out. That's crazy. That ain't sexy. That's distasteful. Read.
With shamefacedness.
You're supposed to be shame. A woman's supposed to be shame. You know what that means? Like if you... I'm trying to think of something without, when sisters come into a room where there's men, this could be in your household or whatever. When they pass by you, they're going to make sure they cover, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's when you brought up right. But all over down. Now you crazy. You coming outside looking like that?
Yeah.
That is bananas. That's I don't man. That's
diabolical. Bishop.
I'm sorry, brothers. I know I'm like going off the deep end. It
Bishop,
just shows you how far we are gone. We are totally gone. Totally gone. Read.
With shamefacedness and sobriety.
And sobriety. Hope be sober in your mind to recognize what's going on with you and your family and your people. And you're supposed to be keeping your own dignity in check. Every move you make, you're supposed to make sure that you're walking within the commandments of God. How you govern yourself. Cover your damn self up, sister. This is ridiculous. God knows. Is there more on that?
Not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array.
In other words, you're not supposed to get your glory by your jewelry and all your hooked upness. Mm-hmm. Ain't saying that a sister can't be dressed up. That ain't dressed up. Put that mess back on the screen. That ain't dressed up at all. That's nothing but pajama wear. That's pajama wear. They ain't supposed to be outside at all. That's crazy. That's really crazy.
That's a heavy verse, Bishop.
Read on.
But which becometh women professing godliness.
Is anything godly about what she's saying? She thinks she's talking about something. The Lord is against you. You don't realize that you is you. The Lord is against you. Go ahead, read.
With good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
The husband was not there. The father was not there. She ain't learned none of that. And she's out there running her mouth, just like Ecclesiastes said. Her mind is rash to just blah, 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 like there's no consequence. Just like Miriam thought there was no consequence.
That's right.
Wow. You had the other one? That was it on that, right? There's more in there?
But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man.
How can we leave that out? She's trying to teach us. She's talking about the Lord is against you. She's in sin by even doing that.
Right.
She's in sin by literally doing that. Give me John 9:31. Talking about something. You can't tell the Lord what he's about. You're going to find out about his judgment, though. Your father should have taught you better.
Right.
And if you had a husband, your husband should have taught you better. And let you come outside acting like this.
John chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
You sinning by speaking against the prophets of the Lord. And the Lord ain't hearing you. You talking about somewhat the Lord is against you. A dumb Christian, if you were talking to some dumb people that don't know the Bible, they might have thought that she was saying something. But we know that whatever you said fell on deaf ears because the Lord ain't listening to that. But at the same time, you're going to pay. Every word that come out of your mouth against the prophets, just like the scriptures warn, shut the hell up. You should have took that. Your preacher should have taught you that. Your father should have taught you that. And if you have a husband, he should have taught you that. I don't think you have any of them. If you have a preacher, he ain't teaching you the Bible. Ain't no way in the world this is. When people see a woman acting crazy, you know what they always ask? Where's your husband?
Hey, Bishop, I was waiting on it.
Where's your father at?
Because
they said, who's responsible for you being all out of order like this?
Right.
That's how people with sins, they're going to be like, why are you out here acting like this? I remember Hillary Clinton. She was the head of the Department of State. Remember when she was in office? When she was up there, Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Secretary of State. And she tried to speak to some foreigners overseas in a meeting. You remember that? I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, they wouldn't talk to her.
And she was saying something, and they was like, somebody said, what does Bill Clinton has to say about that? And she was mad as hell. She said, I'm the president, I'm the such and such secretary, blah, blah, blah. They said, what does your husband think about that? Man, he tore her ass up. White folks. Ain't no Negro in the room nowhere. The white man knew what to say. He said, you out of order? What the hell you coming in here talking like this here among men? Hey, that was wild.
And she got to wear a head wrap when she go to the Arab world. She got to put a head wrap on.
Hey, let's see if Bishop is saying anything that the scriptures. Go to John 4.
Wow.
John 4:15 and 16. Let's see if Bishop is saying something that Christ didn't say himself. Read that. John 4 and 15. Start at 15.
John chapter 4, verse 15.
So this woman is having a conversation with Christ. Let's see what Christ says.
The woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water, that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw.
Go ahead.
Jesus saith unto her, Go call thy husband.
So there was a point in the conversation. Jesus had to say, hey, where's your
husband? Exactly. Where's your husband at? Because this is out of order. We in this congregation, and pretty much men everywhere. I don't want to have no conversation with a woman. Where's your husband at? You understand? Because it feels unnatural. Why am I? The wife belongs to that husband.
Right.
It's out of order for me to be having a conversation to the woman. I need to speak to your husband.
And Christ is showing at a certain age, it's like, yo, okay, where's your man? Why are you okay? We had a little dialogue, but where's the man of the house? Finish it off.
The woman answered and said, I have no husband.
Lied.
Jesus said unto her, thou hast well said, I have no husband.
No. I just wanted 16. Just 16. Read 16. That's it.
Jesus saith unto her, go, call thy husband.
Go get a man that's supposed to be your head.
Right.
That's what Jesus said. Go and get the man that's supposed to be over you. Go ahead.
And come hither.
And tell him to come talk to me.
And we can get to the bottom of matters when I talk to a man that's over you.
Right.
That's what the book of Numbers, what is it, 25 or 30? No, Numbers 30?
Yes.
Numbers 30.
Prayer.
That's what that whole thing was about. Not the prayer. The thing with when the woman is given away. About the vow.
Yes, sir.
About
Yes,
the
sir.
vow.
It's the vow.
The 30th
Right.
chapter.
Yes, right.
Okay. That's the power that the father has.
Right.
And then when she's married, her husband takes over.
That's right.
So, like I said many times, there's no such thing as a loose woman. Damn, let me say that again. This matriarchal, what the hell is she matriarching over? She ain't supposed to be matriarching over nothing. If you're not married, you are under your father. Period. There is no period. Let me say it good and clear. There is no period on the planet Earth and or in the universe where a woman is supposed to be without the responsibility of a man being over her.
Damn.
The moment that daughter is born, the father is responsible for her. All the way up until she gets married, then the husband takes over. And then even after that, let's say the husband dies, and she falls within that widowhood, that proper widowhood, the men still in the church looks after her.
Yep.
Like we look after a whole lot of sisters that don't have fathers and husbands and all of that. Because that's our responsibility. Wow. We have to guide them and all that. These women ain't never supposed to be without a guide over them. Period. Never. From the day they open their eyes to the day they die. It's damn foolishness that we're dealing with in this society.
That's a clip, brothers. That was heavy. Brother.
Damn.
Put that up. That was
Where we at?
profound wisdom.
Where we at? All right. Give me my second comment. Shoot. That's it right there, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, so, yeah, the way we're boiling at this table here, going over this, not because she hugged Esau, because we didn't know nothing about that. We're just looking at the mere fact that she's of our nation, and she is totally out of order, and she is an embarrassment to the whole nation of Israel. And it's a disgust. It's total nasty work.
That's right.
And it's got to the point where the prophet Ezekiel had a conversation with the Most High about it. And I just happened to just bring it on in. Bring the comment out. Show the whole thing and bring it out, Officer Liam.
Yes, sir. Bishop Yawasop, 11 hours ago, the prophet Ezekiel addressed this in the 37th chapter.
Addressed this madness that we see here. He addressed this in the 37th chapter of Ezekiel. Come on.
When the Lord showed Ezekiel the damaged psychological mental state of our people, valley of the dry bones.
That's what that chapter is about. Go ahead.
The Lord asked.
The Lord asked Ezekiel, listen to this.
Can these bones live?
Go ahead.
Ezekiel's answer was, Lord, thou knowest.
You know, Lord, but me looking at him, hell no.
Yeah, right.
That's what he was saying. If you're asking me, hell no. You gotta understand how the verse is going, because it starts off the Lord. Get the scripture.
That's right.
Get it. I gotta paint the picture. Your pastor should have taught you this.
Right.
Get the picture. Bring it out. Ezekiel 37:1. Listen.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 1. The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord.
Go ahead.
And set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
The Lord put him there. The Lord said, look, Ezekiel, I'm going to put you in the middle of a bunch of bones. Bam. And when I say a bunch of bones, bones just bones. They're not connected tibulas, fibulas, femurs, kneecaps, nothing. Right. Nothing. All just thrown out there, all loose and wild, unconnected. In the middle of the bones. Read.
And caused me to pass by them round about.
And he said, look, Ezekiel, I ain't just going to leave you in the middle. Walk around. Look, go to the left, go to the right, go down, go up, go everywhere. Look at these bones in this valley. Go ahead.
And behold, there were very many in the open.
There was many Israelites. That's what it's really getting into. There was many of these broken up bones all over the place. Go ahead.
In the open valley.
In the open valley of the shadow of death. Go ahead.
And lo, they were very dry.
And lo, they were not only were they dry, they were very dry. Stupid dry. That's what it was saying. When it said dry, meaning no water, no Bible, that's what it getting that in Ephesians 5:26. That's why it's saying dry, because the word of the Lord ain't on them at all.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 26.
Read.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it.
And cleanse it. He's talking about the marriage. He's also talking about the nation of Israel. That's what he's talking about. Cleanse it. The family. The nation of Israel. Cleanse the nation. Go ahead.
With the washing.
With the washing of your brain. That's got all kind of dirt and filth and vomit in it. Go ahead.
With the washing of water by the word.
The water is the Bible. That's what quote unquote baptism is supposed to mean. The water is supposed to symbolically is supposed to wash you from your filthiness. Okay? Spiritually. Ain't talking about some just literally getting in water. That was symbolic of what the Bible's supposed to do. Okay? So that's why it's using the term dry, because there was no water in sight when Ezekiel was in the middle of that thing. Read that. Go back to Ezekiel.
Ezekiel 37:2. And caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, they were very many in the open valley.
There were many, very many in the open valley. That's what he was saying. And they weren't connected, because I see some skeletons there. No, the bones weren't even attached. A skull was over there. A vertebrae was over here. Or something else was over there. A foot, ankle, all that metatarsals, them things is all over the place. That's more befitting. That's what we're talking about. That's what he saw. Read.
And lo, they were very dry.
They were very, very dry. Go ahead.
And he said unto me.
And hold it. Who said what?
And he said unto me.
And the Lord said unto Ezekiel.
Son of man.
Son of man, Ezekiel.
Can these bones live? And I answered.
Hold it. Stop. Why in the world is the Lord going to ask me after seeing this? I want you to get the astonishment. The Lord is asking me, Ezekiel, now that I showed you this graveyard of madness here, can these bones live? He's looking at him. Ezekiel said, you know, I ain't got the power. What am I can't even figure this out. Read it.
And I answered, O Lord God, thou knowest.
Thou knowest. Go ahead.
Again, he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord.
So that's what we're looking at. So now let's go back to my clip. That's why I made the comment the way I wrote it. Bring it out. The prophet is started from the top.
The prophet Ezekiel addressed this in the 37th chapter when the Lord showed Ezekiel the damaged psychological, mental state of our people. Valley of the dry bones. The Lord asked, can these bones live? Ezekiel's answer was, Lord, thou knowest. In other words, our people are so destroyed, it's hard to see if they could ever live again. We would even turn a blind eye.
Wow, what a typo. What it said, bling?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a typo. Man, I'm telling you.
Yes,
Go ahead.
We would even turn a blind eye to the trauma in our own sons and daughters.
Wow. Ho. We would even turn a blind eye to the trauma of our own sons and daughters. Many of our people that's in church got sons on drugs, got daughters that's sleeping with every damn body, probably got diseases, many babies, no fathers in the house, all that kind of stuff, and got daughter living with you. Where the hell's the daddy at? You don't care, but you're going to church. That's what I'm talking about. And our people don't even, they won't even bring up those realities. And they're going in the church and literally got these things going on in their households, and ain't saying nothing. Read that again.
We would even turn a blind eye to the trauma in our own sons and daughters.
Go ahead.
Everyone here knows exactly what I'm saying.
Everybody that's watching this program right now know exactly what I'm talking about, and they know it's all true. They know it. Go ahead.
Seeing videos like this makes me question the same thing. I do know that our Lord can fix our sisters. Many sisters have seen and been here, and they know.
Now,
and they now understand, and they are
I'm
now.
making the reason why I'm saying that because I want people to know that this is not personal. Right. You understand? I say that because some people might think that I got some vendetta against the sister. We're not kids. Mm-hmm. We have to address the problems that we see, hoping that sisters and everybody that's watching can cure themselves from this. And that's the reason why I make the point. I say many sisters have seen and have been here, meaning been in that condition. Mm-hmm. They've been there. Right. And they've repented. They got themselves together. And they are now repented. So these sisters, along with our brothers, can live answering Ezekiel to the Lord. They can live. They can live, but they have to repent. Right. And that's what a father's supposed to do. That is what a husband is supposed to do. That is what a church leader is supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to do to cure the sicknesses of our sisters and not allow them to be like this here. Okay, finish my thing up.
And they are now repented. So these sisters, along with our brothers, can live. We know that the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. But the Lord of the Bible, which we must start reading, has the solutions to our people's problems.
That is 100% correct. Which we must start reading the Bible, brothers and sisters, and stop the madness, stop the crack episodes that you're going into when you're going into the church talking about something the Lord is against you. Sister, if you see this, hope you get the right message and repent. That's all I'll say. You can be forgiven, but I know a lot of our sisters, they don't want that. A lot of our sisters and brothers are going to die with their enemies. And it is what it is. All right, so that's it on that, right? Yes, okay. Go to, let's see. Y'all have something to bring up before I move on?
No, sir.
All right. Go to the thumbnail that I was talking about with Bishop Nathaniel. Many years ago, we were still in New York, and we did a class called The Fear of Being Born Again. And the reason why I wanted to show this is because many people think that we talk about psychiatric problems. I mean, talking about on the Bible book of our fathers, and perhaps many people might think of me, Bishop Yalsop, as one that likes to talk about psychological situations, vacant esteem, what's the other one? Stockholm syndrome, trauma bonding, and things of that. So these are real things that affect how we perceive everything. If your mind ain't right, you ain't going to get into the scriptures. You have to address the problems, the inhibitors to common sense. And trauma causes you to erase that, causes you to block what you should have. And we're going to talk about that. But the reason why I wanted to show this thumbnail, put the thumbnail up there again. I wanted to point out the title itself shows you that even back then we were dealing with traumas. Even in this video, even though we didn't talk about it specifically. When I say we, you see Bishop Nathaniel teaching, you see Deacon Athon. I was always on the other side with the recording stuff and all that. But that's what this class was about. And brothers and sisters, you should go back and watch it. But when I'm going to deal with it, I want to illuminate the word fear. The fear of being born again. What is the fear? Why is there a fear of being born again? That's what the class was about. But the question that I'm asking, why is there a fear to change? That's what I mean when I want to talk about trauma. Why is there a fear? Why is there a resistance? Why? That's what we got to get into. We have to address that. We just can't leave people where they are. You have to adjust, because if you're trying to bring them the scriptures, you're trying to bring them to any kind of proper understanding, and there's a blanket or wall of fear in front of them, they will never see where you're trying to bring them because that fear is there. We have to address that. We have to address that. So now, I'm gonna point out two things, and then we're gonna get right into it. There were two questions that was asked in the interview with Bishop. and Bishop, in normal fashion, always give the scriptures. Like I mentioned, it was an excellent interview. Excellent. I wanted to look at that question from a different direction. That's what I'm saying. So the question, what was the brother name that's hosting it?
3 Milli
Productions, but I forget his particular name. But good brother. I've watched him. I like how he operate. He said, with all of the technology and information that's out here, he said, why are our people so dumb? That's how he said it. He said, why are people so? In other words, you got the Israelites all over the. I mean, when you really think about it, because look at technology, the word technology and information. I remember having a conversation with a brother right here in this camp years ago, not too long ago. And I was getting on him about studying. And I was telling him, I said that, what is your reason, what is your excuse for not studying? And whatever excuse he gave wasn't good enough. And the reason why I said that wasn't good enough is because I took him back to the time period when we was at the old school. If you didn't get the videotape and had a VCR, you wasn't hearing it unless you was in front of the camp or unless you was in the school. There was no they had public access too. But that's like those channels, those VHS, UHF channels, ultra high frequency channels, channel 68, nobody really watches those like they do ABC, CBS and all that. So get my point. It's not really out there. I'm talking about back then. So if you didn't catch the program on the public access, 30 minutes or whatever, and if you was not at the downtown or wherever we were teaching at, if you wasn't in front of the camp or if you was not in the school, you wasn't hearing about Israel. But yet we studied. Yet brothers knew the scriptures, in terms of where the water was at that time.
Yes, sir.
We learned. We knew what we knew. You feel me? Now, and I'm saying, and I was telling them, I said that when you watch something on the public access, then you catch it, and it's just like a regular television program. You can't back the tape up. And once you miss it, it's gone. You understand? But now you get these classes on your phone. You can move it all around. You can literally watch class every minute of the day and not see nothing and won't see the same thing. That's how much, like the brother said, technology and information is out here. Why the hell are our people in this day and age with all of this out here, why are they so damn dumb? You understand? And I'm not being insulted. I'm just telling you what it is. Because if you look at the reality of what I just pointed out, you had to go through hell and high water just to get the tape. Hope that your VCR worked, or hope that you was in the class when the elders were breaking it down. You understand? Or you was at the camp. If you wasn't getting any of that, you wasn't hearing it.
You missed it.
You missed it. Now you can get it all over the place. You can get it on you can go to the moon and damn near get. This stuff is all over the place. So the brother asked, he said, why is it that the people are still damn ignorant, dumb, same thing, and not know what this is about? And let me say this here, because people might not like the word dumb. Dumb means simply you don't know. Stupid is another thing. Stupid is when you're rebellious. Stupid is when you got a block in your brain that you won't remove it so that you can learn. If you don't know, you just don't know. You understand? So that's ignorant. They say you're ignorant or you're dumb. That's simply because it means you simply don't know. So he's saying, how could people not know with all of this information out here? That's what he was saying. That was the point that he was saying. My point is that my answer to that is our people are willfully dumb. You cannot escape. You've seen Israelites all over. You understand? I know we're not out there like ABC or probably not even close to that. But many people have seen the Israelites somewhere, somehow, on your job. Even what's his name? Vocab, that damn dude.
Yeah. Yep.
He said you're going to run into them. He said they're on your jobs. Right. They're here, they're there. So you know that we're out there. So how is it that in this day and age, our people do not know the things that Bishop was bringing out in the interview? That's the reason why I had to write that down. And my point is, I say our people are willfully ignorant. And I'm going to talk about that willful ignorance because that willful ignorance has to do with trauma. Okay? Second question. Why is black liberation so problematic and, quote, unquote, offensive to black people? Let me say that again. Why is black liberation That's what you just witnessed with the woman out there. The brother's black, the sister's black. He's teaching, and there's a level of liberation that's being taught to her to address the very problems of where she live at, where she comes from, all of that. There was some liberation there, but you see clearly that she had a problem with that. So that's my question here, and I saw that after. No, I saw the clip first, and then I saw the broadcast with Bishop. So the question is, why is black liberation? Why is it so problematic, and why is it so offensive to black people? We hate liberation. That's a question. My answer to that is the same answer that I gave before. Because if we even think about liberation, we know that there's trauma associated with it. We know that there's persecution associated with it. So like I was saying in the beginning, we learn how to live with trauma. We make it normal. We make it normal to ignore black liberation. We make it normal to hate liberation. We make it normal to hate freedom. Why? Because we are oppressed people. And we've learned to embrace oppression. Hey, go play the video that I put up last week. What you're going to do now. I need that. And then I'm going to let you brothers come on in. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, hit that. Show that. Let's get it up. Hit the button. Because once you acknowledge the truth, what you're going to do with it?
I got the power of God. Bring the power of God. You're right. I said when you're left. You're right.
If we bring out that Christ is black, you'll read it in the Bible, and it's crystal clear. Read.
His eyes shall be red with wine. His eyes will be red with wine.
That's what our people don't know. They don't recognize that they are the people of this book. Meaning the other nations, these are not the children of God.
Are you ready?
Because they know that there's a persecution that's going to come and they stand by it.
The black Messiah is coming back for war. So white people believe in.
That's why you care more about what he thinks than what your brothers think.
Understand what I'm saying? They hated the apostles. They hated Jesus Christ. We understand that. We understand that. I wanted y'all to get the point. They hate the truth. And the question is, are we willing to tell the truth and stand up for it? Because, like I said, the trauma comes, and it's the cognitive dissonance that we were talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. We know that if we embrace, it's somewhat different from the cognitive dissonance definition. But my point is, if we acknowledge, that's why I asked the question: what are we going to do now that we know this truth? Right. What are you going to do with it? And the fear comes. That goes back to the class, the fear of being born again. What you going to do with this knowledge when you get it? Because if you begin to act on it, you know there's a persecution that's going to come as a result of you bringing it up. If you even change your ways, if you even change how you live, if you begin to take care of your sons and daughters, take care of your own people, you become a threat. That's the reason. Why do you think they call us a hate group? What have we literally, just like the brother was bringing out, we have literally did nothing to anyone that gives us the legitimate title of a hate group. Nothing at all. But the reason why they're calling us a hate group is because when we seek to liberate ourselves through the Bible, they said, your liberation represents my downfall. Because I brought you niggas here to work for me, to be my slaves. And you're trying to break away from that. Therefore, you're messing up my plans. And therefore, I'm going to call you a hate group. That's the same thing like they said, drapetomania. Mm-hmm. The slave wanted to get away from being a slave. They say he was sick. You're sick if you want freedom. You have a disease if you're looking to get away from my grip of slavery. That's a hell of a deal. Ain't nothing changed, man. Ain't nothing changed. So I just set the deck. Now we're getting ready to go all into it. Y'all got anything y'all want to bring up before I move on?
No, sir.
Come on, man. Somebody gotta say something. We dropped a whole lot. Come on. What you
go ahead. You don't be on this much. Go ahead.
But give me Revelations chapter 21 and verse 7. And read 8. We'll start at top of 8. Because one of the things that I see that happens with our people, the reason that we don't want to get away from our oppressor, like Bishop said, is because we're afraid. But we have tried.
The fear of being born again.
There you go. We have tried everything else. We understand God's word, and we know that. When I used to read the Bible, I used to read about Paul and Peter and all them died for this. And I didn't understand why. But now I get it. Because to get out of here, they brought us here as slaves. We're going to have to die for this. If that's what it boils down to, that's the only way we're going to get out. We saw Malcolm X. We saw Martin Luther King. They died for what they believed in. So we have to be willing to do that. And our people are afraid of that. Read that.
Revelation 21, verse 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things.
He that overcometh. Overcome your sins. Overcome what you deal with here in America. You're going to overcome and get all things. Read.
And I will be his God. And he shall be my son.
That's what we're looking for. For him to be our God and for God to be our father. For us to be his son. But read.
But the fearful.
But what?
The fearful.
But the fearful. That's what our people have. That fear of standing up. That fear of standing up against the oppression that they see. The fear of saying that Christ is a black man. That saying we are the children of Israel. That's the fear they had. That fearful. Read.
And unbelieving.
And the ones that are unbelieving. Read.
And the abominable.
And the abominable.
Murderers. And whoremongers.
Read.
And sorcerers. And idolaters. And all liars. Shall have their part in the lake, which burneth with fire and brimstone. Which is the second death.
And what our people don't get is you're going to die anyway. So why not fight for this? Why not fight for your heritage? Why not fight for the laws of God and stand up as the Israelites? Because if you're fearful, you're going to die. It says that the fearful are going to die that second death anyway. You're not going to make it through here. So our goal and what we're trying to get our people to see is that you have to stand up. You have to stand up to the oppression. You see the things that are happening out on the street.
Even if we die in this time.
Exactly.
Because we're going to come back. But you don't want to die on the other side, because that's where that second death going to get you.
That's what you don't want to die from. So our people got to realize that the reason we're standing up, because we was at an event a little while ago and a sister asked me, she said, why are y'all out here? I said, because our people are here and we see the conditions and we're here to fix the problem. There's no solution other than God's word. That's it. No other fix.
Right. Yeah, you're right. We're here to warn you that Christ is coming.
That's it. That's all I got.
All praise to the Most High. You brought out something about fearful. Got that part again? It said, and the fearful?
Revelation 21 and 8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers. And
stop right there. And the fearful. That's the part that I want. And the fearful and the unbelieving. Let me show you how deep that goes. Because it said that they shall have their place in the lake of fire. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
In the Bible, you don't read about a white Jesus, do you?
No, sir.
In none of them. You read about a Christ that's described with woolly hair. That does not fit that Caucasian image. With skin like brass, as if it was burned in a furnace. You read about all that. You read about his feet as if they're burned in you read about his full physical description in the Bible, and it's clear. That's what I said in the video that we just showed, and it's clear, and we acknowledge that. But why is it that our people can't say it? But yet, they have no problem with a white image that's not even in the Bible.
Wow.
Let that marinate on your head a little bit. None of the Bibles record Jesus looking like that, and no black man, no black woman, no church member, Christian, nobody said anything to say, hey, look, this is not in the Bible. Nobody said anything. You want to know why? Because their fear is greater. Their fear for persecution and oppression is greater than the fear of the judgment that the Lord just read in that Bible, that we just had in that Bible. They fear the enemy more than they fear what God said. Mm-hmm. Read that again, and then we're going to move on.
But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part.
It's a lie to say color don't matter when Christ has it recorded in the Bible. Mm-hmm. So they lying on the Bible. Job said, my skin is black on me. A so-called black Christian can't say it nowhere. Mm-hmm. He can't go inside Pam's church and read it. Mm-hmm. Just think about that. He stand up in the middle of that black room. Somebody got to give him a light and read. Job 30:30. My skin is black upon me, and close the book. And he probably won't even make it out of there alive.
Damn.
They'll put him in that damn portal to hell and sacrifice him to the demons. He better not go in there. But it just goes to show you how this fear thing works. So when I showed that thumbnail earlier about the fear of being born again, that's what I was talking about. Mm-hmm. They are afraid of the persecution, and that's what I want to talk about. With minutes left, I want to get into that. We're gonna be on this trauma thing for a while because, like I said, it is expansive.
Yes.
It is expansive. And like Captain Soraya always tell me, y'all said don't rush. Just go bit by bit because this is some heavy stuff that we're dealing with. Right. I got a lot of stuff down here that I got to get into. But again, we are not going to be able to get to the bottom of things until we address what is actually in our way.
The root cause.
The root cause of it. Go ahead. There was something I was going to bring out. Let me see. All right. I'm gonna make a point. And the title of the program tonight, Breaking the Bond of Trauma Through the Application of Unity. And before we can get to the application of unity, we have to get to, again, addressing the trauma. Okay? We must deal with the ominous threat of our own psychology and that perpetuates traumatic bonding. Let me read that again. I'm like trying to see what I wrote this. We must deal with the ominous, meaning like it's around. Look up the word ominous, brothers. Ominous. Okay.
Oh, right. Man.
Ominous. I just like to bring these things out. I don't like to just keep rambling. Giving the impression that something is bad or unpleasant is going to happen, threatening, inauspicious. Let's see. There's another one that deals with, like it's like when somebody say an ominous ring of truth, meaning that it's all around you. That's what I'm. Let's see. Like it's omnipresent, misfortune, calamity. Okay.
Synonyms or.
So events to come. Okay, that's good. Being signs of events to come. So I'll just leave it there. So let me go back to what I was saying. We must deal with the ominous threat of our own psychology that perpetuates traumatic bonding. That's what I want to talk about, traumatic bonding. And it's an ominous threat because it's always with us. It's there. It's like we foretell in our minds that we're going to end up in trouble. You know, when about the things that we have in our mind. So our own psychology, our own mind causes us to perpetuate traumatic bonding. Traumatic bonding. It is ever present in the rafters of our minds. The events that causes us to remember trauma. That's what I'm saying about when I meant about ominous. Mm-hmm. It is ever present in the rafters of our mind. We must first address the reality that this trauma does exist. We got to first acknowledge that it does exist in us. Everywhere we go, when we teach on the street, when you're dealing with your people, you can see the reason why they are reluctant to hear this gospel is because they know that there's a price to pay for hearing this. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that ominous ring is meaning that if I listen to this, something bad is going to happen to me.
Bishop.
Okay.
A lot of time when we teach people, Bishop,
yes.
lately,
yes.
they'll say, "Don't have me on camera. Don't have
right,
me on
exactly.
camera."
That's an example.
Y'all got Instagram and Facebook.
Exactly.
Y'all got pictures everywhere.
There's no consequence to that. But if you're learning this truth, that's that ominous fear. Right. That's what I'm getting at. Right. That's that ominous fear. I don't know why I couldn't get it together earlier. Yep. That's that ominous fear that is in the rafters of our mind. Mm-hmm. Like in the roof, like in the rafters, you know, that is not always there. But when you begin to embark upon truth, those rafters let loose, and that ominous danger comes in, and that's that traumatic bonding that we suffer from, and we have to acknowledge that. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Yes. I ain't trying to sound deep. I'm just trying to make my point. I don't know how to bring it out any other way. You with me?
Yes,
sir.
Absolutely. Ominous.
Okay. Right.
The darkness shall cover the earth.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So we have to first address the reality that this trauma does exist. Then we must employ tactics, meaning God's commandments, in order to break through this trauma. We must stop being afraid to talk about it. We must address this.
Yep.
So that's the point that I'm saying. We must address it. The very fears of why we are reluctant, like the question that I asked. Why is it that we are afraid of liberation? Why? Liberation is supposed to be a benefit to you. Why are you reluctant to it?
Yeah.
Why is it that you're reluctant to the scriptures that we're trying to give to help you? Here we're telling you Christ loves you. What in the world is dangerous about that? They know it's good, but they'll come on the side and they'll be like, listen, I agree. But just like you pointed out, don't have me on camera. Who wants to live like that? How the hell is that normal?
Yeah.
To live like that.
Also, Bishop, when we asked our people, when we go through Deuteronomy 28:48 and we say, who put the yokes of iron on your neck?
Yeah.
They don't want to say anything. They know who did it.
Exactly.
You can show them the sign of who did it, but they don't want to talk about it. They play dumb. They don't really want to say it.
That's bad. It needs to be grown men.
Yes.
These be grown men.
Absolutely.
And they got to look around to see who's watching them.
Yep. Yeah.
That's we have to deal with that. Go ahead.
That's trauma.
It goes into real quick Romans 14:12. Romans 14:12. Because it is deep, Bishop. Because what you're saying, if we look at it from a medical standpoint, to get to the end result, which is to be healed, you have to face the fact that it's going to hurt to get to that process, whether it's, whatever it is, whether you break your ankle or any, you got to take the cast off, then you have to rehab.
Right.
And it's going to be painful to walk again the way you were supposed to walk before. Read that real quick.
Romans 14:12.
Yes.
Romans chapter 14, verse 12. So then, every one of us shall give account of himself to God.
In the spirit. They know in the spirit that they have to answer for the things according to what they've done wrong, according to the spirit knows it. That's why they don't want to face it. They don't want to look at it. But in the spirit, they know I have to give an account for the things that I'm doing that's going against the Bible, and they're bringing it out. So the spirit recognizes it and says, I don't want to be held accountable right now. But in the spirit, they know that they have to be held accountable according to God.
I remember listening to Joy Leary. This was back in New York, and it was in one of her clips that was on the radio. I used to listen to it. It used to come on Kiss FM like in the evening. I think it was Kiss FM. They used to play it. What was it? Bad. I'm trying to remember who was the person that brought it up. But anyway, I was listening to it, and there was a part in there where she mentioned it was a part of her. She does her study and so forth. And she said that there was a group. I know I might have the details kind of messed up, but she said in a group or a classroom setting where they was conducting how to deal with the trauma. So they were bringing up things like slavery, bringing up things like, because her book is post-traumatic slave syndrome, enduring it, how to get past it and so forth. So, and there was some white people in there. And she had to address, I hope I'm saying it the right way. I'm going to have to look for the clip and bring it in some point. But she was making a point that black people, psyche, in terms of how we respond to white people's uncomfortability. If there's a white man in the room and we're talking about slavery, he doesn't even really have to say anything. The ominous spirit that we will feel from him is basically saying, stop talking about that because I am uncomfortable. Yeah. Even if he doesn't say anything, we've been traumatized and beat and mutilated over the centuries to automatically seek to his comfort. And the thing in the mind is the thing that will come in our and we would be thinking while he's in the room, we better remove us. That he said, y'all better remove these people from here because y'all are making me uncomfortable. And we would elect to do that ourselves without him saying a word. You get what I'm saying? I know I butchered it all up. I got to find the clip and bring it in. But it goes to show how hard we go to seek the comfort of white folks, which is why the woman hugged the dude at the end, because she said, I can't let my white master feel like he got beat up by black men. Let me, as a member of their race, hug him to assure him that we ain't all like them, kind of thing.
Damn. Right.
So he can go home in comfort. That's what that was about. So
That's sad.
yeah, that's where we're, and we got to be willing to it. And listen to me, everybody that's watching this program, and even us sitting here, we know what we're talking about right now is absolutely true. This needs to be a conversation that we need to have. Your sons and daughters, your children can see the fear on the parents. So why in the world is that's not going to be addressed? Your children know that you're scared of white massa. They all know it. But yet you're trying to tell me how to be as my father, blah, blah, blah. You understand what I'm saying? It just neuters the black man. Spades him. Like you're here, but you're not really here. The white man is really running over us, and Big Mama's running over us. Matriarchal woman kind of thing. So it's like our manhood is like gutted from us, and we have to learn to. The thought is we basically have to just succumb and make that normal, and that's the reason why our brothers are sick. Many of our people are really messed up. But moving on, I said we will not be able to break this curse without addressing this type of trauma. This is the key to provoking the serious practice of unity in keeping Christ's commandments. This is the beginning stage of our healing. So we have to first acknowledge what it is, and then apply Christ's commandments to it. Right. And that is the very baseline of healing ourselves. It's not the complete answer, because you just can't be like, read the scriptures. You understand what I'm saying? You got to build on that foundation of the commandments. Okay. Now I got scriptures that's going to go into that, but I want to bring out some videos, because I want to go to, I'm going to do two things. Go to those videos of Fred Hampton. I put like 4 of them up there. I just want to play like a few minutes of them. I don't even know which one I want to start with. What is that? Did I give y'all that one? Yes, sir. Okay, hit the button.
It's 4:45 a.m. on a cold December morning in Chicago. The temperature hovers at 28 degrees.
I don't want that one yet. Stop. Give me another one. I will use that one later. Come out of that one. Give me the other one that I sent. Did I send that one? They tried to have, no, that ain't the one I sent. Give me the one that says the real reason they feared him. They're on the channel. I'm looking at them. There's got a brother up there that looked like Captain Sarai a little bit. Play that one. All these was good. I was watching these things all throughout, in and out of the night. But I was trying to think, and I didn't put any timestamps. I'm just gonna play a few seconds of, maybe a minute of each one, so y'all can get the deal. Hit the button. Y'all get it? Yes, sir. Come on, hit me.
We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary. And you're going to have to keep on saying that. You're going to have to say that I am a proletarian. I am the people. I'm not the pig. You got to make a distinction. And the people are going to have to attack the pigs. The people are going to have to stand up against the pigs. That's what the pastors are doing. That's what the pastors are doing all over the world.
You can jail a revolutionary, but you can't jail the revolution. You might run a liberator like Eldridge Cleaver out of the country, but you can't run liberation out of the country. You might murder a freedom fighter like Bobby Hutton, but you can't murder freedom fighting. And if you do, you'll come up with answers that don't answer, explanations that don't explain. You'll come up with conclusions that don't conclude. And you'd come up with people that you thought should be acting like pigs. That's acting like people, but moving on pigs. Damn it.
Now, there are not so many. Give me another video. Show me over here first before you pick. I just want to run a couple of these. Another one that I sent you. Let me see that. They should be right behind each other. Look on the group. I'm looking at the group, brothers. The one where he's out there in the The FBI assassinated him. They tried to hide it. That's the one you got now? Okay, hit that one. Play that one since you got it up there. Hit it. Why the government murdered Fred Hampton. That's the name of this video. Hit the button.
December 4th, 1969. Before sunrise, a truck from People's Gas.
Stop. I don't want these yet. Give me another one. I'm going to show these after I want to see something else about how his life was.
The real reason they feared him, that one. That's the one you wanted, right, Bishop?
Yeah, give me that one. Come on, let's move a little faster.
Let me tag y'all in this.
Okay, damn, that's the one that...
I tagged it.
Okay, hit it. All this silence is just driving me crazy.
Many quotes in the world that could get any thinking mind thinking really helplessly deep, like the one you just heard. Those were the words from a great young man who, at the early age of 21, was hunted down and killed by the U.S. government in his bedroom.
You are the ones who are gonna decide for yourselves what happened in that apartment on the morning of December 4th. You're going to decide whether or not Fred Hampton and Mark Clark were the victims of premeditated murder.
All right, never mind this. It's all out of sync. Give me the one that you were going to play earlier. I'm just want to make some points. I'm making some. The point that I guess I got to say. The point that I'm trying to make is, look, this man was 21 years old, and he's moving with absolutely no fear at all, as what people can see. 21. Mm-hmm. When you check him out, you find out all of what he tried to do at 21. The Lord had a spirit on him. I just got to say it, and that's the reason why I say often when it comes to our civil rights leaders and so forth, you know, everybody got different things to say about them. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Fred Hampton, Mark Clark, which was actually with him. Name some more.
Carmichael.
Stokely Carmichael. Right. Kwame Ture. Right. Assata Shakur. Those kinds of spirits, even though they did not know what we know in the Bible, I pray that the Lord have mercy on them.
Me too.
That's what I'm saying. I pray that the Lord have mercy on them. Because you understand what I'm saying? Because it's not like they rejected the scriptures. They just didn't know.
They tried.
So that's all I'm saying. Just have mercy on them. All right, play this one here.
And Bishop,
yeah,
there were people that saw them and didn't join. They didn't help.
I used to hear stories like that. When Malcolm was alive, when all these brothers and Assata Shakur were alive, when they were out putting their lives on the line, black people wouldn't let them in their churches. Black people did not want to get around them. A whole lot of black folks allowed the lying media, allowed the lying FBI, the police and all of that to lie on these people, talking about some of their hate group, this and that. Same bull crap that they're doing to us is what they did to them, and they didn't want to have nothing to do with them. And these guys were clean. They were trying to find dirt on them, and they couldn't find it. I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna show that. That thought just went through my mind that I was just about to do. Oh, yeah. Let me say it because I can't find the clip. The dirt went so deep in terms of trying to mess them up, because you know they started the breakfast thing with the kids and all that.
Right.
And it's in one of these videos. Further up I just didn't mark it. In one of these videos, they show policemen and they show different people that found their food, their storage of food that they were feeding the kids, and went and urinated on it.
Damn.
And did things to destroy and then said lies and said that the food was contaminated, all of this kind of stuff. And Fred was working with white folks. That was the thing that got him killed.
Right.
That was the thing that got him killed. So my point is, they went that far.
Urinated on food.
Yes. That's in one of these videos. They did that. All to try to turn the public against them, and said that they were using the food program to spread hate. Like, this is how we're going to get inside such and such, and when we get in there, we're going to really teach them about hate.
Right.
That's what they try to do with us.
Yep.
You understand? It's the same bull crap. My point is, these brothers and sisters that was trying their best and fighting against a war like the elders used to tell us, and you used to mention in the old school. You want to know who's fighting the real war? We are, the Israelites. We're the ones that's literally on the front lines. Understand what I'm saying? Ain't no group, nowhere on this planet Earth that's fighting for black and Hispanic people like the Israelites are, bar none. I'm serious. Nobody is putting their lives on the line. Nobody's getting slandered. Nobody's getting mistreated, lied on, shut down. All kind of, the war is against us. Why? Because we're bringing this Bible that's going to unify our people and prepare them for Christ's kingdom. And that makes us public enemy number one. So we're the ones that's fight. We're the real vanguards of our people, straight up. The real war is at our doorstep, and people have no idea the threats that we go through. I can identify with what happened with our brothers because they do that to us. Lies. Lies. So I just want to put that up there. Okay, I don't need to play this. Go to find William O'Neal. Now, I know you're going to find that one. There's another one talking about shot in bed. They got a whole bunch of videos here. You did? Yes, sir. Play it. Shoot. Now y'all cooking with grease now. Hit the button. Yeah, that's it right there. In case y'all thought I was lying. God damn it. Hit the button.
Begun visiting houses, warning parents that the Panthers were using the breakfast to teach racial divisiveness. In San Francisco, California, a rumor had spread that the food was contaminated by venereal disease. A former Panther claimed that the night before the Chicago free breakfast program was supposed to begin, the Chicago police had broken into the church where the Panthers stored the food, and they'd mashed up all the food and urinated on them. The program's opening was delayed, but the vandalism inspired support from the community. Hampton had used his talent as a communicator to create what he termed a rainbow coalition, an alliance of the Panthers with other groups.
Did y'all hear that? Pause it. Did y'all hear that? Yep. Okay, so I'm vindicated. In case somebody tried to say I lied. There it is in the video. Mm-hmm. Now, get me William O'Neal. It's a little clip, short, such and such.
So they couldn't paint that narrative that, you know, he was teaching that if he had a rainbow coalition.
Right.
That means he was going to get the other nations together.
Exactly.
White people.
Yeah, white folk, and that's
they still call them a hate group.
Now here's the thing, because I know I'm not going to find this part here. I know I'm not going to find what I look for that illuminates that. But I'm going to play this and then I'm going to make my statement. Is this the one, brothers? Is this William O'Neal? Yes. I want everybody to listen. This was when y'all saw Judas and the Black Messiah and all that. You know, this is the real guy here. Right. So they didn't play all of, you know, they did a short, but I'm going to fill in the rest of it. Because you can find the rest of it in some of them videos that I was trying to put up. So hit the button.
Tried to develop negative information to discredit him, just like we did
Is that the beginning
else.
of it?
We, meaning the FBI. I tried to come up with...
Is that the beginning of it? I want everybody to listen to every word that you can get out of this, because it's a short clip. Hit it.
We tried to develop negative information to discredit him, just like we did everybody else. We, meaning the FBI. I tried to come up with signs of him doing drugs or something, and never could. He was clean. He was dedicated. I've had private conversations with him. We got along pretty well. For about 7 months, I was his personal bodyguard. He wouldn't go anywhere without me. And I know Fred Hampton better than anybody, to tell you the truth. He was dedicated. That's all I can say to it.
Stop. Further on, in one of the other part of the videos, they were pressuring him to find dirt, try to set him up. And it's a woman narrating it. It's in one of these videos. I'm gonna find it. I'll probably not today. And they had to come to the conclusion. They said, being that we cannot sully him, being that we cannot find nothing wrong with him, we can't find him doing anything evil, we just go ahead and kill him. And that's the reason why I wanted to wait to show when they raided him, because that's what they did. They raided and killed him. So why am I showing this here? Because this is the trauma of why our people are afraid to stand up. Yep. Assassinations are designed when people do open like the drug dealers would do. You know, they say, well, kill him in front of his family or kill him, you know, or do that is supposed to put trauma on the rest of the family, don't F with us kind of thing. These so-called drug dealers, well, they are drug dealers, but they learn from white man. They learn from governments that do this. They learn from the big people that do this. The little drug dealer on the corner that's trying to do, he's small time. Yeah, he's just as vicious, but he's learning that the little criminal is small compared to the big criminal. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I got so much that I want to say. What was I about to say? I'm drawing a blank.
Bishop, they learned that for the mafia too.
Well, yeah. I got my thing.
Okay.
Play my thing about political assassinations around the world. Show it over here first. You know what? We could have played that. We could have played that assassination thing, but you know what? I'm all over the place. I'm running out of time. What you gonna say?
The thing is that what you're saying is no different than what they did to the disciples.
Absolutely.
If we got time running, go to Acts 12. Making a public example.
I was coming to the scriptures.
Okay.
No. I ain't got time. So go ahead and bring it up because I have a whole litany on how they tried to set up Christ, and they were reluctant to taking him because they feared the people. My whole point is that they tried to paint a narrative for people to be like, oh, we let the Israelites get murdered, let the Israelites get assassinated, kind of thing, and try to paint an evil picture of us. That's what I'm saying. So I was coming to that, but like I said, I got to take my time with this trauma thing. Go ahead, bring it out.
Read.
Verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Acts 12:1. Now, about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hand to vex certain of the church, and he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword.
These things they do in front of not just the people, but for everybody, so that they understand there's a fear, there's a trauma in doing this. Why? Deep down embedded, it reminds you, I'm not going to follow that same path.
Yeah.
Right?
Terrorism.
And because he saw it please the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread.
Read on.
And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people.
To do it in front of everyone. He needed it to be a spectacle because he needed to put that same fear in front of that trauma. That's why the electric chair, those things like that, capital punishment, what they did to Christ was to put that judgment in front of everyone, to fear not to do what they did. Go ahead, Bishop.
All right. I'm going to play this here, and then I want to read the scripture. The scripture that I'm going to read is in Luke 22. But play this here first, because this right here. Just show it. Just show this here. This was a podcast. Just show it. I had the screen recorded. Blah, blah, blah. It's called Deep Dive. And you see that thing at the top says Global Initiative? That is an organization that actually tracks contract killings around the planet in different countries. This was a podcast where they play about how they move when they want to take out political leaders and so forth. And this is we're being considered a political threat. So because why? Because we're teaching the truth. And in a society of lies, you can't teach truth here. That's why they murdered everybody that even thought to tell the truth. But the difference between them and us is that the truth that we're teaching is from Christ and the Most High. So if you get us, we're still coming back.
Right.
The word of the Lord is going to come to pass regardless of how you feel.
Right.
You know, and the best thing to bring out at the end of everything is Jeremiah 30:11. So I'll save that. Hit the button. Slide up about 10 seconds. I want to get right to the words. Okay. Right there. That's good. So you see what it says? It says killing in silence. That's assassinations. Somebody might ask, why am I playing this? Because that's what's in the back of our minds. That's in those rafters that I was talking about. Right. Our people are afraid to read in the Bible that Job is black. They are afraid to read that Christ is black because they fear this psychologically. Hit the button.
While assassinations may not be new, the degree to which they are utilized, most notably at a local level, is reminiscent of mafia-like violence. The use of targeted killings or the threat thereof to obtain political or economic gain. Mark Shaw and Kim Thomas. How do you quantify the damage a targeted assassination has on society? Of course, you have the violence of the act itself and the grief that follows for those closest to the victim. But an assassination is like a stone being dropped in the middle of a still pond. The splash is the violent act itself. The ripples are the repercussions that spread far and wide. Fear, intimidation, silencing, corruption, the erosion of trust, environmental damage, illicit firearms, impunity, and retaliation. After all, violence begets violence. The damage to society is far-reaching, way beyond the shock of that initial killing. The role of organized crime in this issue is complex. Whether it's protecting their turf or illicit supply lines or providing the hitmen for the corrupt networks that seek their deadly services. This is Deep Dive, exploring organized crime from the Global Initiative Against Transnational Organized Crime. I'm Jack Megan-Vickers.
Let it all play.
And today we're discussing Killing in Silence, the Global Assassinations Monitor.
Let it play.
Here at the GI, we've been working on the issue of assassinations for some time. Since 2015, we've been monitoring and collecting data on the crime in South Africa, where the taxi industry supplies a ready pool of contract killers. In 2020, we released a podcast series called Faces of Assassination, which featured stories of the 50 profiles selected for the book of the same name. Alongside this, we had discussions with leading experts in the topic of contract killings. We've covered journalists, land defenders, human rights defenders, politicians, gang mediators, assassination investigators, and so on. And what struck me was the scale of the problem. Contract killings are happening in every corner of the world, from Colombia and Canada to Ghana and Sweden, India and the Philippines. Everywhere. And they are on the rise.
Okay. Did y'all hear that? That was it.
It's on the rise.
It's on the rise. He mentioned Ghana. So when they don't want when they want certain people to not reach certain plateaus and all of that, they have secret killing contracts to knock them off. Next thing you know, they ain't in the race no more. A lot of people watch movies like the Born Identity, them spy movies and all that with all that special ops and all that. That stuff is real.
That's right.
Yeah. That stuff is real. When they want to get rid of certain people, they use these special ops. That they said no more red tape. We can just kill them and nobody knows about it. We wash our hands of it. That's what's going on all over the place. My point in bringing all of that out is that we fear that very threat, which is the reason why we can look truth right in the face and be afraid to even speak on it. Give me the Bible. Luke 22, and I'm going to end it with this here. I know we're coming down to the wire. Luke 22, verse 1.
Luke 22, verse 1. Now the feast of unleavened bread drew nigh, which is called the Passover. Mm-hmm. And the chief priests and scribes sought how they might kill him.
Kill Jesus. How they might kill Christ. Which is exactly like, I don't want to put Fred Hampton in the pot of this here, but you get the point. Mm-hmm. Those people who they consider their political enemies, because Christ was talking about rulership of everybody. They said, no, hell no, we're not having this. So they wanted to get rid of Christ, who was to electrify, just like J. Edgar Hoover say, we don't need a black Messiah. So they don't, J. Edgar Hoover, just like the rest of the society, they hated Christ. Your churches are set up to hate Christ. The people that's in it, black people that's in the churches, hate Christ. White people hate God. All the people in these Christian white supremacy organizations, Christianity, whatever it is, they all hate Jesus. Read.
For they feared the people.
Read that again.
And the chief priests and scribes sought how they might kill him, for they feared the people.
That's the point there. As long as the people know that you have good intentions, where they're not believing the lies of SPLC, for an example, or ADL, or Canary Mission, or APAC, if they're not believing the lies of the FBI, whoever's speaking against us, all of them, if the people say, no, I know them brothers better than that, that's a problem. Because if you kill these people, there's going to be a damn riot all over the damn place. They say, well, no, we need to sully them, make them look bad so they can be out on their own, and then we could kill them in silence, and everybody would think that these people deserve to be murdered. Our people know that. Okay? Read.
Then entered Satan into Judas, surnamed Iscariot.
That's why they call that movie the Black, what they call it? Judas and the Black Messiah, because they was making a connection with the movie with what we reading in the Bible. Read.
Then entered Satan into Judas, surnamed Iscariot, being of the number of the 12. And he went his way and communed with the chief priests and captains, how he might betray him to them. And they were glad and covenanted to give him money. And he promised and sought opportunity to betray him.
I want it right there. What verse is that?
Verse 6.
Read that again.
And he promised.
And he promised. Go ahead.
And sought opportunity.
You know what it's like to seek opportunity? They get in and they become real tight with you. They're looking for a way to get you into a position where they can strike. So they'll be right cozy up and act like they with you and all of that. Looking for an opportunity to please their master.
Damn.
Be right there up underneath your nose. Read that verse again.
And he promised and sought opportunity to betray him unto them in the absence.
In the what?
In the absence.
In the what?
In the absence.
In the absence of the people who loved him. In the absence of the people. Go ahead.
In the absence of the multitude.
Of the multitude that loved Jesus. Give me Matthew 21 and 42.
Matthew chapter 21 and verse 42. Jesus saith unto them, did ye never read in the scriptures the stone which the builders rejected?
They hated Christ. That's what it is. The stone is Christ. They hated Christ because Christ was talking about rulership and righteousness. And these scribes and Pharisees was getting paid from Rome. Read.
The same has become the head of the corner.
They didn't want to hear that. Go ahead.
This is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Therefore say I unto you, the kingdom of God shall be taken from you.
See, Christ wasn't afraid to speak. He told them straight up, and they didn't like it. Read.
And given to a nation bringing forth the fruits thereof.
You ain't never going to hear them talk in your wicked, filthy churches like this. They're not going to talk like this at all. Read.
And whosoever shall fall on this stone shall be broken.
Read.
But on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder.
They didn't want to hear that. Go ahead.
And when the chief priests and Pharisees had heard his parable, they perceived that he spake of them.
Read.
But when they sought to lay hands on
him,
they feared the multitude because they took him for a prophet.
Because the multitude believed that Christ was about the truth.
Right.
So if the public believes that we are like vocab, that demon said, he said it's going to get hairy because if the people start to see IUIC as pillars in the community, it's going to get problematic. We cannot move on them to murder them if the people actually back them. That's the point. So I got more. Like I said, I had a whole lot, but as time, I'm gonna stay where I am. So, brothers and sisters, Lord willing, we got to continue this. We got to keep it going. But I haven't even addressed the trauma yet.
Right.
I have not even addressed the trauma yet. I wanted to deal with pair bonding versus trauma bonding. Mm-hmm. Can we play Benjamin's clip? Just to put it in there. I just got to do that. Officer Benjamin, this is us. We going on. I'm just gonna throw it in there. I got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Officer Benjamin went out, and we're starting a new thing. You know, when I say new thing, it's new to y'all, but we always had it in the works. And we're going to incorporate these clips in our segment called the Psyche segment. Okay, so I'll dress that up more when we come back on. But Officer Benjamin went out with some questions, and we want to get some feedback from our people that are out there related to trauma. Right. So let's go. Hit the button.
Why would people confuse Soul ties with trauma bonding.
Ooh. Now, I'm not gonna lie. You might have to come back to me on this one. I gotta think on that one.
Because they be having sex. Wait till marriage. I don't know. I guess people say soul ties is trauma bonding because
It's not.
I don't know.
That's a question. That's a question someone would definitely have to think on. Soul ties with trauma bonding. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, you might have healed something from like in the past. I'm holding back tears right now.
Whoa, y'all hear that? Wow, you hear that? That's how we got to interact with the people. Get the people to come to the reality of where they are. That's the way we can offer them the Bible. We can give them the solution to their problems. But they got to be first brought to that point of understanding how messed up we are. So I'm going to leave it there. Brothers and sisters, I hope y'all got a lot out of today's class. I ain't even hit all the stuff yet, but I'm going to stop it here. I got to stay true to the time. Come on, brothers. What y'all got?
Yes, sir. Don't neglect to give alms. Donate to IUIC Gastonia, iuic.gastonia.nc@israelunite.org. Also, donate to the Booster Club, iuic.fundraising@israelunite.org. All right, read our broadcast, the Bible, Book of Our Fathers. Tune in every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
Scan the QR code.
Yeah, scan the QR code.
And subscribe.
Stop
Yes,
playing games.
Exactly.
If you subscribe, send it to somebody else and have them subscribe.
Yeah, and another thing we want to do too, we want to open up that some of that phone line thing.
Yeah,
right?
we got the phone line ready, right?
All right. Well, y'all got to show me how it works, so I'll be we'll be looking crazy. I want to make sure that this thing work right. So the next time we come on, we're gonna have it in, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So brothers and sisters, be prepared for that. Come on.
Subscribe every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time to the Bible, Book of Our Fathers.
Okay. All right. Brothers and sisters, we're going to say shalom to you. Happy Sabbath. Most High in Christ bless you all. Be safe. Be good to each other. Love the Bible. Love the commandments. And love your brothers and sisters and love your people. Love your wives and husbands and children. Okay. Most High in Christ bless you all. Shalom. Have a good night.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Most High in Christ bless.
Most High in Christ bless.